another video. I hope you are all doing okay. I am today coming to you with another Biab infill. I've tried to make this one a little bit more in depth, and I feel like whenever I do my Biab infill, sometimes I switch up my process, so I thought I'd do a little updated one for you. And it is also including a little autumn design that I completely winged. I had no plan. But yeah, they turned out cute. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and I will stop waffling and I will get into it. So this is currently what we're working with. I've just got an old design on there and it has grown out a little bit. I know it's not a lot, but when I'm getting content from Instagram and stuff, I just kind of need to make sure they are infilled for my pictures and stuff like that. So we're going to be infilling the builder gel. Like I say, the first step we're going to do is I'm going to grab my barrel bit and I'm just going to file off the old design. So there's my design filed off. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my file. This is a 180-240 file from Nobu. And I'm just going to reshape these. I want a little bit of length off, and I'm just going to be reshaping and just going over the surface just to get rid of any remaining gel. So I'm going to keep these square. So just make sure you are looking at all angles when you're filing and just making sure they are straight. Like I say, you've probably noticed when I'm filing as well, I like to get underneath this free edge and just make sure they are nice and straight. Obviously don't worry too much about your structure yet, because I am going to be going in with my 5-in-1 bit before I infill, but yeah, just keep an eye on your shaping as when you're going over. But obviously I do actually refine again once I've got the Biab on, so it's not too much of a problem if there is any, you know, shaping issues you need to fix. So yeah, that's my the step after I've filed off my design. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to just swap over my e-file bit. This is the e-file that I'm using is the Nobu Salon Supplies one. When I was filing off my design, I think I had it on 13, and then when I'm prepping it will be on 9. So this is the file I'm using. This is the Nobu Salon Supplies one. It's fully touchscreen. I had it on 12 when I was filing off, and then now I'll turn that down to 9 when I'm prepping the natural nail. So I'm just going to just swap that bit over. I've turned it down, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my flame bit, and I'm just going to pick up the cuticle. So there we go, I've just gone over the cuticle area, and I'm just going to swap that bit over now to my ball bit, which is the second step of my prep, and I'm going to have that on the same speed. And now I'm going to swap over to the 5-in-1 bit, and I'm just going to have this again on the prep speed, so quite low. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the edge of the builder gel and just file that down, just because the reason I do this is because I want it to be a nice smooth kind of application when my infill goes on. So once I put my bead of builder gel on, I want there to be a nice smooth kind of placement for it to join onto the natural nail. So I don't want any ledge here, is what I mean. Is if you have a ledge here, it doesn't go on as smoothly. So I'm going to file that down. See how there's a tiny little ledge there? I just want to get rid of that. So I just go around the edge of where my builder gel is. So not on the natural nail, but just around the edge of where the builder gel is. And I just want to get rid of that little ledge. Like I say, so there's a nice smooth surface for the builder gel to be infilled. So that is that step done. Like I say, this is the 5-in-1 drill bit. So you will see towards the edge where I'm using that, it is super, super fine. So it's not coarse at all, the only coarse bit which is near the bottom. So it actually does help with debulking as well. But where I was just going around, obviously it's really, really super fine at the top. So yeah, that should be ready for, I'm just gonna go in with my cuticle nippers. But other than that, you just want to keep an eye on your side profile. You see how there's no ridge there, there's no ledge. It's all just a very nice smooth surface, ready for you to pop your bead on, and it will blend nicely into the rest of the builder gel that you've got on there as well. So I'm just going to go in and grab my cuticle nippers now. Next, I'm just going to grab a lint-free wipe and some acetone, and I'm just going to wipe over the nail just to get rid of any dust that is going to be left on the nail plate. We will just want to be removing all of that just to prevent any lifting. So now it's time for the builder gel infill. So I'm going to be using the Builder in a Bottle 019. This is my go-to favourite at the minute. It used to be Teddy, but now it is definitely this one. I just think it's a lot more kind of natural. You'll see when I do the application. So what I'll do is I'll do one nail showing the application, and then I'll speed the rest of them up just because I do them all the same and I just don't want to make this video too long and boring. So I'll show you one of them and then I'll speed up the rest of them. So what I'll do is this is a new bottle of Biab, so when they are new, obviously a lot of builder product comes out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe off one side of the brush, so you'll see I've got builder gel on one side and none on the other. So what I'm going to do is I swipe the product just onto the nail like that. I'll spin it around in a circle just so that I can release that. I'm going to swipe off any excess product, and then I'm going to start pushing this product into the cuticle like so. And then I'm going to pull that down the side walls. Just like that. So don't worry too much about your side profile at the moment because we are going to be going in with a fine liner, and obviously we'll be filing afterwards as well. So then what I like to do is I just need to grab a fine liner, tuck it into those corners just where the bigger brush doesn't get, and just tuck those in down the side walls and again on the other side. If you are a little bit worried about getting the product too close to the cuticle, you can always run the brush a little bit close to the cuticle if you wanted to, but I'm happy with how close mine is, so I'm not going to do that. But obviously if you wanted to, then you can do. And then I just like to run the brush down like this, just to make sure it is as kind of as smooth as possible. Like I say, I'm going to be going in my file afterwards, but that is how I apply the builder gel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this under the lamp. I use the gel bottle lamp and I'm going to set it for 99 seconds. Now the reason I'm going to do the thumb separately is when I'm doing my own hands and clients, I always do these 4 nails and then the thumb separately, just because the product can slip. So if you're doing a client's hand like this and then you turn it to the side to do this nail, all the product that you've put on these nails can slip. So I do them separately. That is just a preference. So I'm going to set this now for 99 seconds and then I'll do the rest of them. So that's just come out the lamp now, so that's all set. So like I say, I will be going in and refining afterwards, but this is what the application looks like. So I'm going to go in and do the rest of them now. Like I say, I'll speed it up just so that it's not as boring for you. So that is them all infilled. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another lint-free wipe and a little bit of acetone, just because Biab has a tacky layer over the top, and when I come to file them, I'm either going to, I just need to file this off, so I may as well save some filing time and I give them a wipe down. So again, I'm going to use my 180 240 file, and when I'm going over the free edges, I'll use the 180 side, and then when I'm going over the top, I'll use the 240 side. And I just refine the shape once again, just to make sure that it is exactly how I left it, kind of, because I don't want any, if there is any like builder gel product you know, kind of affecting the shape, I just want to file this down. So I'm going to go over the shape again, and then I'll come back to you when that's done. So I've just refined the shape again, and then the filing over the top is just to make sure there is no kind of lumps or bumps in it, and just to make sure that it is basically all smooth, which I'm going over with my 240 side. So I've just filed those down. Obviously the shiny areas where it's not been filed, I'm going to go in with my e-file, but I'll just try and show you on this nail. So obviously as you start going over the nail like this, so say for example I've literally just lightly gone over my file, you can see where it's caught this side and this side, and there's like a dip in the middle where it's not caught. So what I do is I just keep filing until all those dips have gone. Like that, and then you'll be able to tell that everything on your nail is level, because if you think this is a flat surface, as you're filing over that flat surface, if you have any dips, it will show. So you'll be able to tell from that. So I've just swapped over to my 5-in-1 bit again, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the cuticle area just to make sure that it's nice and kind of like smooth and there's no ridges or anything. Just take down a little bit of bulk from this one, but yeah, just to kind of seal the cuticle and just take down any bulk that I want to get rid of. Next, I'm just gonna brush those down, get rid of any dust, and then I'm just gonna check those from all angles. So check the free edge, check my shaping, check the side profiles, make sure I'm happy with them all. And then if I am, then depending on what I'm going to do with them, depending if I'm just going to top coat them and have them plain, I'll top coat them. If I'm going to have any design, what I then do is put a top coat on and then do the design over the top. I just noticed a tiny little air bubble in there that I'm just going to get rid of. So yeah, these are basically ready to do whatever you want to now. You could either top coat them, gel them if you're going to do like a full colour or any design. So I'm basically going to pick my design and then we will get on with it. So I've just popped some top coat on and I've decided I'm going to go with this colour that I have had since last autumn, that I didn't really use much, and I've started using it this season and I am obsessed with it. This is After Dark by the Gel Bottle, and I'm just going to start winging it with a little design I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do some full nails, some French, and some kind of abstract kind of patches kind of thing. You'll see what I mean. But this is the colour that I'm going to use, and I will crack on with that now. I am just gonna set those under the lamp now for 60 seconds. I'm just gonna give this full nail another coat. So the colours that I've decided to add are brunette, and I'm also going to try this copper glow to pop a little colour, bit of colour in there, and also daisy, just to finish off the kind of little abstract line kind of design. I'm just going to decant some of that onto my palette. I'm not actually too sure how these are going to look, but you know, we'll just wing it and see how it looks. See if it looks cute. Hopefully it does. I'm not going to put too much of the copper glow on there. I'm just want it to add a little bit of colour. So I'm going to add the glitter in last. Do I want it in the middle? Yeah, I reckon so. So the white is actually, do I want dots or do I want the white? I think I might do the white next to the first one I did. I'm just completely talking out loud. Because most of the time I do my designs, I literally just wing it. Like I don't really have any kind of picture that I'm going off or anything. I'm just like in my head thinking, oh, this might look cute. The only thing sometimes is when I'm doing pictures for like just design ideas or like to take pictures for my Instagram, sometimes the colours that I use don't picture very well. So I was actually going to use a different brown, but I don't think it's going to picture very well. So because it was a little bit lighter, so you can't always see those on, you know, actually on the nail. So I went for a little bit of a darker one, and I'm going to set these in between each colour that I'm adding, just so that they don't bleed into each other. So I'm just going to decant a little bit of the white. And I just want to pop the white just next to the first colour I did, so this one. I don't want to do too much, just add a little bit in. Like that, and I'm just going to set that again. Whenever I'm doing designs with glitter, I always do the glitter last, just because I don't want to put too much in. Just want it to be a little accent. So I always do it last, just so I can kind of keep an eye on how much I'm adding on. Again, I'm not wanting too much, so I'm just going to pop those under, and I think I might add a few little speckles of black as well. So I'll set that under and then I'll grab my black. So I'm just going to decant a tiny little bit of black, and I'm just going to grab my dotting tool and just want the tiniest little speckles of black going through it. And yeah, I think I'm happy with those. So now I'm just gonna set these under the lamp for 60 seconds and then I will top coat. So that is them all done. I've just popped the colours in front of me here so that I can show you just a little reminder of what colours I used. So there's brunette, after dark, copper glow, we've got white and black, and the Biab is Biab 19. So yeah, that is the set all finished, guys. So there you go guys, that was the end result. I hope you liked the video. I am trying to not make them too long because I know that they can get a little bit like tedious, so I've tried to speed it up as much as I can for you, and hopefully you found it helpful. If you got to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind pressing the subscribe button, that would be absolutely amazing, and if you like the video, then if you could give it a thumbs up, that would also be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.